Hello everyone and welcome to Yommycrochetlogy channel, and for today's project is a little girl's dress. Its size is 8 to 12 months and let's get started. Okay, so here are the things that we will be needing for this project. First is your yarn. It's Mercerised Cotton, 50 gram and a 4-ply yarn. The color that I chose is red wine or maroon. And next is I have here my hook. It's 3mm hook. If you guys can see it, yep, it's 3mm hook. Next is a pair of scissors. Also a stitch markers, at least 3 of them. If you don't have one, you can always use a paper clip. Next is a needle, so we can wave the ends or tails of every project. Okay. I have here a glue, a fabric glue. Sometimes I use it to glue the ends instead of waving it. And also I have here a ribbon. This is for the waist part of the dress, just to give a little accent to the dress and cute decoration in it. So that's all. So you wrap your yarn around your little finger, wrap it around your 3 fingers and hold on to that, okay? And then you will put your hook in front of your yarn and twist it, okay, and then pull it down and hold on to that, okay? That's like don't let go of that. And put your hook in front of your yarn, okay, like that, and wrap your yarn around the hook and pull it through, and you have to tighten it, okay? Just pull the end. Okay, that's how you tighten it. That's basically the first step in making chain, okay? And second is you put your hook in front of your yarn, wrap your yarn around the hook like this and pull it through, and that's your chain 1. Again, put your hook in front of your yarn, pull it through, chain 2. Wrap your yarn around the hook, pull it through, and chain 3. Put your hook in front of your yarn and wrap it through and pull it through. Sorry, and you have 4 chains there. Okay, so now we will make a chain of 100. So I'm done with my 100 chains. So we can proceed to the next row now. Wrap your yarn around your fingers and proceed to half double crochet. Okay, we will half double crochet in this area here. So how are you going to do a half double crochet? First is you have to skip this chain here. Don't insert your hook here. We have to skip a chain. We have to insert our hook to the next chain from the previous round. So wrap your yarn around the hook, insert it into the chain of the previous round. Okay, and wrap your yarn around the hook, pull it through, and now you have 3 yarns in your hook. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And wrap your yarn around the hook and pull it through until the end of the 3rd yarn in your hook. And that's a half double crochet. Okay, again, we will do it. Wrap your yarn around the hook, insert it into the next chain. Okay, it's going to be a bit difficult here because it's the foundation chain. Wrap your yarn around the hook, pull it through, and you have 3 yarns in your hook. And wrap your yarn around the hook, pull it through till the end, and that's a half double crochet. Okay, so this is the half double crochet that I made, and what you're going to do now is you will half double crochet from here till the end. Okay, so just half double crochet from here to there, and I'll meet you at the end of this. Here I am now in my last part of this row, and I'm gonna half double crochet my last stitches. Pull it through, wrap your yarn around the hook, pull it through. Okay, and that's it. I finished my row in this part. So now you chain 1, wrap your yarn around the hook, pull it through, and you turn your work like this. Okay, and now we will insert our hook into the next stitch. Wrap your yarn around the hook, insert your hook into the next stitch, wrap your yarn around a hook and pull it through, and wrap your yarn around a hook and pull it through, and that's your half double crochet. So half double crochet again, repeat the process from here to there, and I'll see you at the end of this row. I am at the end of this row, and I'll just half double crochet until the end to close this row. So insert your hook, wrap your yarn around hook and pull it through, and now we have to turn our work, okay, and chain 1, and then half double crochet into the next stitch. You have to skip 1 and half double crochet into the stitch next to the one that you just skipped. It's just the same process from the previous rows. We have to make 12 rows of half double crochets, okay? So you have to keep repeating. You have to repeat this process. Do the half double crochet 12 rows. Okay, this is the top part of the dress. So this is the last stitches of my 12th row. I'll just close it off. I'll half double crochet the 3 stitches from the previous round. Okay, so this is my 12th rows. So I'll just half double crochet till the end of this row to close it off, and I'll start a new row. So this is my 12th row now, and this is what it looks like if you fold it, and this is the back where you put the straps later, and this is the front. Okay, now we're here. This is the middle of my dress. So in order for you to find the middle of your dress, you have to fold it in half like this, and you have to find the half or the middle and put a stitch marker in it. Okay, we will be needing that. So we will crochet from here to there and there. Okay, that's how the process works. So first is get your stitch markers ready. So we will chain 2, 1 and 2. Next is you have to skip this stitch and insert your hook into the next one. Insert your hook, okay, and wrap your yarn around a hook and pull it through. Wrap your yarn around a hook, pull it through. That's a single crochet, and this is your chain space of 2. That's for the strap. So I'll insert my hook here and do another single crochet. Okay, wrap my yarn around the hook and pull it through. And that's my chain space there for the strap. Another single crochet, pull it through, wrap my yarn around a hook and pull it through. And this time we will chain 2 and insert our hook to the next stitch. We have to skip again another stitch, okay, and insert it here and wrap your yarn around a hook, pull it through, wrap your yarn around a hook and pull it through. That's another chain space for the strap. Next is single crochet again. Insert your hook, wrap your yarn around a hook and pull it through. So just single crochet all the way to the top. Okay. Insert your hook for another single crochet. There you go. Pull it through, and now last single crochet for this part here. Pull it through, and then we have to chain of 2 for another chain space for the strap, and insert your hook here. Okay, so basically we're making a little holes for the strap. So we have 1, 2 and 3 chain space. So before we proceed, we have to put stitch markers around here. Okay, so in this part we have to count 21. Okay, so mine is, I'll start in the middle. So here it is, where, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So that's where I'm going to put my second stitch marker. okay, from the middle and going to the right. So here's my second stitch marker now. I'm putting it here in this hole where my 21 stitch is. And you have to do the same in the other side. You just have to count 21 from the middle till the end. So I have here all my stitches, and this is what it looks like. The back, that's the back where you put your straps. And this is the front, okay? These little stitch markers here, that's where we will start our little triangles to mimic a little cup or a cup for a bralette or something. Okay, so we will half double crochet from here to there. Okay, so first is wrap your yarn around your fingers and then wrap your hook around the yarn, pull it through, and that's your chain 1. Now skip a stitch and insert your hook into the next stitch. So insert your hook, wrap your yarn around the hook, pull it through, wrap your yarn around the hook and pull it through, and you just made a half double crochet. So we will half double crochet until we reach the first stitch mark, okay? So I am here now in the first stitch marker, and I have to start my triangle. First is remove your stitch marker, and you have to single crochet into that stitch where your stitch marker was. So wrap your yarn around your finger and insert your hook into that stitch where the stitch marker was, and wrap your yarn around the hook, pull it through and wrap your yarn around the hook and pull it through, and then you have to chain 1. This is to elevate some stitches here, okay? Next is you have to chain single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet into the next stitch. So the purpose of this bump here is for you to remember where you start your triangle, this little bump here, the chain 1. So we will be working back and forth from here to there, and this will become the little triangle or the cup of your dress. So that's why we need that little bump there, or the chain 1. So let's continue. So we have to single crochet across until we reach to the next stitch mark or the middle stitch mark. So insert your hook into the stitch and wrap your yarn around the hook. So I am here now in my last stitch until I reach my middle stitch mark. Okay, so pretty much the first row of my triangle. And look at that bump there, you have to remember that. Now I have to chain 1, and I can remove my stitch marks now. That chain 1 there will be like this bump here. Okay, so now you have to flip or turn your work and start another row in this part or in this triangle part of the dress. Okay, so insert my hook into the next stitch, pull it through, and wrap my yarn around the hook and pull it through. That's a single crochet there, so you'll just have to single crochet your way across. So insert your hook, pull it through, and wrap your yarn around the hook. So just single crochet, okay, and that's my bump there, and I have to single crochet all the way there, and I can turn my work after that. So here we go. So look at that, it's a bit higher now than the rest of the project because we're actually starting to make a triangle. That's the middle, and this is the first triangle here. Okay, so we will make another of this in this side here. Okay, so we can turn the work now and start the next row. This time you have to insert your hook in this stitch and make a single crochet. So insert your hook in this stitch and wrap your yarn around the hook and pull it through. Wrap your yarn around the hook and pull it through. So again, wrap your yarn around the hook and pull it through. So single crochet across this row until you reach at this part here, okay? So I have here my last few stitches of this row, and I will just finish it off, and I'm done with this row with a single crochet. So as you can see now, it's a bit higher than the rest of the projects or rows. So this is going to be our little triangle. Now turn your work and we can start another row. This time it's a bit different from the rest of the rows because we will do some decreasings, okay, to form a triangle. So what is a decrease? A decrease is you single crochet 2 stitches from the previous round. So these 2 stitches here, okay? So first is you insert your hook into the first stitch of the previous round, wrap your yarn around a hook and pull it through, and leave it there. You have 2 yarns in your hook, okay? Next is you have to insert it into the next stitch from the previous round, okay? And wrap your yarn and pull it through. So you have 3 yarns in your hook now, and you basically insert your hook into the 2 stitches from the previous round. So decrease is we will single crochet them together. So wrap your yarn around the hook and pull it through, and that's a decrease. This will help us shape our triangle. So now we will single crochet, normal single crochets all the way to the end, but you have to leave 2 stitches at the end to make another decrease. So insert your hook into the stitch and make a single crochet. So I have here now the last 2 stitches from the previous round that I need to do a decrease. So I'll insert my hook into the first stitch and wrap my yarn around the hook and pull it through. Then I have 2 yarns in my hook, leave it there, and then I'll insert my hook into the next stitch, okay, and then wrap the yarn around the hook, pull it through, and then there's a 3 yarn in my hook, and then to finish it off you have to wrap the yarn and pull it through. So again, I have my decrease here. So turn your work, and then from here decrease here, and then single crochet across, and then decrease at the end. It's the same pattern all over until you reach and form a little triangle, okay? Or you run out of space for decreasing and single crochet. Just form a little triangle by decreasing in the middle, in the beginning and in the last. So I'm about to finish my first triangle. I just left the decreases part, okay? In this part here there's four stitches at the top, so it means to decrease. So I'll turn my work and do the decrease. So I'll insert my hook into the first stitch, okay, wrap my yarn around a hook and pull it through, and there's 2 yarns in my hook. Insert it again into the next stitch, wrap my yarn around the hook and pull it through, and that's my first decrease. And then there's 2 stitches left. I will do the same thing, decrease in this part, so pull it through, insert my hook into the next stitch and wrap my yarn around the hook and pull it through. So we're already on the top of the triangle. Then turn your work and single crochet into the next stitch, and that's the last part of your triangle. See, so it looks like a little cup of a dress. Okay, so you're gonna do the same in this part here. So it's the same process. You'll just have to copy the steps of the triangle, and at the end of that I'll meet you there. Okay, so I'm done with my 2 triangles, and this is the front of your dress. Let's cut these extra yarns here and tie the ends to make it a little bit cleaner, and this is it. So we have to tidy the edges, these edges here, and we will make a straps. I think we will start with 80 chains all the way, okay? And then single crochet from the top of the triangle down to the middle and all the way back up, and another chain here of 80 for your straps, and then all the way down here, single crochet, and then single crochet, okay? So now turn your work, and we will start with single crochet and put this tie in between our new single crocheted stitches, okay, to get rid of this extra yarn here. So wrap your yarn around your fingers and insert your hook in the first stitch, pull it through, wrap your yarn around the hook and pull it through. So you see this yarn here should in between your yarns. Okay, this yarn, so insert your hook into the next stitch. Okay, make sure that yarn there is in between or inside the yarn or the single crochet. See, it's in there in between, see that? So you have to make sure it's in that part, so you can't see that anymore, or you're tidying the edge as well. Getting rid of this yarn, extra yarn here. So just single crochet your way, and at the same time put this extra yarn in between it. Okay, so I'm just single crocheting. So I am here now at the top of my little triangle. I am single crocheting it, so just finishing the edges. Okay, there you go. So now we have to chain 80 for the strap. So first is you have to get rid of this extra yarn here, put it in the wrong side of your project. And now we can start our chain. Chain is wrap your yarn around your hook and pull it through. So you have to make 80 chains. 80 chains fit for an 8-month-old baby. So if your baby is older than 8 months or bigger, you can always add more chain. Or if she's tiny, you can always start with 70 something. Okay, so I'm done with my 80 chains now, and now we have to go back. We will half double crochet. Okay, so wrap your yarn around the hook, pull it through, insert your hook, and wrap your yarn around the hook and pull it through. So half double crochet your way back to the triangle. Here we are now in our triangle, and what we're going to do is we have to slip stitch. So insert your hook, wrap your yarn around a hook and pull it through, and there's 2 yarns in your hook. Now this yarn here, you have to pull it through all the way in the end. Okay, and that is a slip stitch. Now continue your single crochet along the edges of your cup or bralette until you reach the top of the next triangle, and we will make another chain of 80. So here I am now in my second triangle, and I'm gonna make a strap of 80 chains. So this will be the strap, so the same pattern and the same procedures, and I'll meet you at the end. So now I'm back with the second strap, and I'm here now in the top of the cup. I have a few stitches left. Okay, so what am I going to do is I will slip stitch in this part here. So wrap my yarn around the hook, pull it through, and I have 2 yarns in my hook, and I have to pull this first yarn all the way to the back yarn. So that's a slip stitch, and then single crochet your way till the end of this bralette to clean the edges, and pretty much you're done the top part. Okay, so now that we're finished, or at least the top of the dress, we're gonna insert this straps at the back. Okay, so well, remember those chain space at the back, that's where you're gonna insert your chain, but we will do that later. And for now, this is the part 1 of our tutorial. The second part of the tutorial will be the skirt part. So we'll start here. We'll make a chain in this part here. Okay, that's for the skirt. So don't miss the second tutorial, and we will continue our skirt in that part. Okay, thank you for watching, and please subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll see you to the part 2 of this tutorial.